I'm Michael Ray Dresser, and you're listening to thought-provoking talk on Dresser After Dark. And each night we'll bring you the best and the brightest, authors and experts with solutions, the topics you want to hear, and the people who know to bring it to you. So let's do it together. Let's get to the heart of the issues that face us every day, right here, right now, on Dresser After Dark, coast to coast and around the world. Mos Stegall with us. He's the author of Against All Odds, I Can Be. 10 Steps to Revolutionize Your Destiny. He is one of the nation's leading authorities on empowerment and is sincerely committed to encouraging and equipping audiences to revolutionize their destiny. His deepest passion and his deepest desire is personal growth and development, and to sanction others to achieve their own greatness. And Mo, hi, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much, Michael, for having me.
Oh, and thank you, Mo, for being here. When we talk about empowerment in today's world, especially in today's world, Mo, so many people have been beaten down. What do you do with an audience like that? And I don't mean a radio audience, but an audience in general that, you know, they've had economic problems. They may have lost their homes, their families. And it's one of those things whereby it's very hard to tell somebody in the depths of it that it's okay and they can do well.
Well, Michael, I say the first thing we have to do with individuals, and that's everybody across the board, is we have to change how we view our situation, how we look at where we are, so that I say, if you change your view, you'll change your direction. And revolutionizing your destiny, it's just really transforming from where you are to where you can be. You know, I look at a lot of things in my life, from being homeless to being penniless and broke to sleeping in the back of a church van, and I could have easily sunken into self-pity and wallowed in where I was, but I kind of looked at it as this is the lowest I'll ever be, and I can go only up from here.
You know, it's too bad that we have to, when I say we in the general sense of the word, it's too bad we have to go to the bottom before we could start to see our way clear. It's too bad that we can't find it, maybe not at the top, but somewhere in the middle, so you don't have to go through all of that.
Right.
What do you do to do that?
Well, you know, I say I don't believe that we all have to go to the bottom to reach the top. I just think if we begin to teach our communities about financial literacy, about making better choices, then I think we can start to alleviate some of those middle issues that causes people to be at those standpoints where they start making poor choices and different things. Now, there's a thing in life that I say is going to happen to everybody. Nobody is exempt from adversity, but adversity I look at as merely hurdles. And if we understand that we as individuals are hurdlers, then we know we have the ability, just like a American sprinter or a sprinter, that we can jump over those hurdles, Michael.
No, by the way, you've got something called Project What Do You Want to Attract? What is that about?
Well, projecting what you wanted to attract is merely if you want to attract successful individuals and individuals around you that can help push you to where you want to be in life, then I feel like you have to begin to project those things. I think a number of us, we want certain things out of life, but we're not projecting those things in our lives so that we can attract those things.
Basically, what we're talking about, it has to do with who we are and what we want. Now, there are a lot of people, Mo, that they feel that they should be beaten up. They feel that they shouldn't have anything. Those, I think, are the ones that you might have the worst time turning around, even though we know they can be turned around, but they've got to be tough to work with.
Right. You're absolutely right about that, Mike. And you know, I believe you have to have a desire. You know, a lot of us want things out of life, but we don't possess that winner's attitude. And when you look at, for instance, look at Connecticut. They're about to they have embarked upon a great feat of 88 straight wins. And tonight, I think they'll surpass that if they win tonight. But you look at the history of what they've been taught year after year. They've been taught to win. To them, losing is not an option. And so when we have that mentality that we must win in life, no matter how many hardships or how many adverse situations that we may face, then we understand that no matter where we lie in our positions in life, that it can get better and we can be better.
Now, by the way, the operative word is learned, and Mo, I think that's really where it is. Many people who are down in the dumps and they can't find their way out, They've learned to be that way. They think that that's the way they're supposed to be. And I've always felt if you can learn, you can unlearn, and you can relearn what it is that you want. But you've got to know what you want before you can get it.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Okay, fear, faith, and follow through. What are we dealing with?
And that's a great point there, Michael. When you're looking at fear, the majority of people allow their fear, is what I say, to suffocate their faith. It literally, the fear of moving forward or succeeding in life, it literally scares them to the point that they don't believe that they can make it anymore. So, I believe you have to tackle your fears. You have to kind of ignite your faith and then execute in following through with your goals, your dreams, and things you aspire to do in life.
So it's a process then.
It is a process.
Yeah, well, life is a process, Mo. There's no question about it. But I think that's really where the problem is. With many people, they have to have those other set of eyes, those other ways to look at it, to walk in and say, take a look at life this way instead of that way, and like with yourself, you have to have been there and done that before you could look at somebody else and get them on the path to cleaning up their life.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Now, what's next for you?
Well, with the book, pushing the book out the book just came out. So doing a book tour upcoming in January. Also, my foundation, the I Can Be Foundation. We did a couple programs this year with HIV and AIDS awareness, and so we'll be continuing to do those educational components this coming up year, as well as launching the I Can Be Empowerment campaign, which is a full-fledged empowerment tour. We'll go into underserved communities and help individuals with budget building, career coaching, as well as how to properly file your taxes with entities and companies that can assist you with how to do it properly. So really just building up the individual who can in turn build up the community. Okay,
I'm looking at your prefix. Are you in Los Angeles?
I'm not in Los Angeles right now. I'm on vacation.
That's a good place to be. But are you housed in Los Angeles?
Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles and Atlanta.
Okay, yeah, I was brought up in L.A. I've seen that change. I think more than anything else today, your particular message of empowerment has to get out there. I came from a world in Los Angeles that you could walk down the street and didn't have to worry that somebody was going to jump out of their car and hurt you. And we've got a tremendous amount of violence going on today that if somebody's empowered, they don't have to go out and hurt anybody.
Right. You're absolutely right about that. And Michael, I think as we move into a new year, I think a lot of us have to adopt one of my theories, and that's my mind over matter theory. I think we spend a number of times worrying about things that we don't control, so therefore we can't change. But we're looking at what everybody else is doing, what everybody else has. Well, he put out a book the same time my book came out. Well, he put out an album. He has a radio show. And this has to be this thing where you have this mind over matter. You shouldn't mind because it just doesn't matter.
No, I'm with you 100% across the board. I don't know how many times somebody will say something to somebody and that somebody will go home and bang their head on the wall all night while the other person's out partying and having fun and has no concept what the one hurting themselves is doing. And you're right. It doesn't matter. It's called go about your business or go about everybody else's business and do what you got to do. Hey, Mo, do you have a website we can find you at?
Yep. MosStegall.com. That's MosTeggall.com. And you can also find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and you can get to all of that right there on MosStegall.com.
Hey, Mos Stegall, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Take care. Good night. And if there's a subject that you would like to hear addressed on the show or someone you would like to hear interviewed, contact Radio Suzy. You can find her on the homepage of the website, www.dresserafterdark.com. You can find all of our guests on the guest page on our website, just in case you missed the name of their book, their website, or any other contact information. www.dresserafterdark.com. Thanks for listening, and if you're listening on the web, tell your local radio stations about the show. That's the way we grow. That's what you call networking. I'm Michael Ray Dresser, and that, my friends, is a wrap.